online crew. How are you? Today, I want to share a little bit of an experience that I'm going through, which is not the best. And sometimes life's a bit of a bitch, but it is what is. But I just want to share how I'm navigating this. As my title says, I should be in Hawaii right now. I should be on the beach. I would have not long arrived, I think, from the flight from Sydney, and enjoying the best time with my friends in Hawaii. Instead, because of my health situation, I had to cancel that trip. I can't go, and I had my second chemotherapy yesterday. So this is it is what is. Life sometimes throws us a little bit of a curly. I don't want to make this about my situation or my health. I just want to share with you how I'm navigating this, because whether it's health or it's business or it's relationships or it's finances, there's things that we need to get on top of to navigate whatever's going on for us. And that's what I want to talk about. So life's hard sometimes. It deals us things that we can't control. And it's not always what we want. But at the end of the day, it's not really what life deals us. It's how we deal with it. Does that make sense? So we're never going to be immune to health issues, relationship issues, finance issues. There's always going to be something that pops up. Even elderly parents, like my dad's got dementia. It is very, very hard to manage. There's always things that are going to pop up. That's just life. What we can control is how we can respond to it. So, yeah, I'm bummed I'm not in Hawaii right now. I'm bummed that I had, chemo yesterday. I do feel a little bit off today. I've woken up all puffy and I'm a bit out of sorts, but I can either indulge in that and those emotions and feel sorry for myself, or I can deal with it the best way that I can. And there's a process that I've gone through for years. And I really want to share. My message today is to share with you this process. And I'd grab a pen. It's just 3 main points, but it helps me a lot navigate anything that I'm going through. And as I said, I don't want to make this about my health. This could be business for you. So, and what I mean by that is maybe you're in the industry that I'm in, and that's maybe why you follow me for my trainings on social media and all the rest of it. But things aren't going well. You're not getting the engagement you want. You're not getting the sales that you want. You're not getting the leads that you want. You're not sure if you're cut out for this industry. Like there's all those kind of emotions that run through your head. And that's not helpful to us, and it takes us out of the game unless we get our head back in the game and control it. So this is the process that I want to talk about. So there's 3 main things that I always kind of come back to when I'm going through anything. At the moment, obviously it's my health and navigating it, and I just have to be responsible, and I'll show up live as long as I can. I'm still planning to show up live the day after next, like I normally do here, as long as I don't slide in the next couple of days. At the more chemo I have, I realize the worse I'm probably going to feel. But while I can, and I want to, like I'm not pushing myself, I want to, it keeps me going. It gives me purpose. So that's just sort of the way I think. But here's what I want to share with you. 3 main things. 1, don't let your emotions take control. We have to be really, really aware of our emotions. Emotions are treat emotions like, this might sound a bit weird, but treat emotions like visitors to your house. So visitors come in, you entertain them for a while, but you don't really want them to become permanent residents in your house, do you? There's some stage where you've entertained them long enough, and you want them to actually go home, okay? That's how you want to treat your emotions. Let the emotions in, welcome them into your home, into your door. Like emotions, they're going to come in anyway. Some people are just going to open the door and come in anyway. So just let the emotions in, deal with them. But at some point, you don't want those emotions to become permanent residents. You don't want to keep feeling down. You don't want to keep feeling defeated. You don't want to keep feeling woe is me. Like, we have to get on top of these emotions. So I always stick to a principle that John Maxwell, I heard him speak in Dallas many, many years ago. Gosh, it would have to be 15 years ago or more, on stage in Dallas. This was the book that he was promoting at the time. This is an unbelievable book. If you need like some personal development or something, this is called Intentional Living by John Maxwell. Amazing book. And something that he was sharing on stage at that presentation was his 24-hour rule. I've spoken about this so many times. And what that is when you feel something, like, you have to let emotions in and just ride with them. Like, if you feel frustrated or you feel upset or you're feeling, down on your business or defeated or, upset with somebody, or you got a health thing going on like I have, like whatever it is, let the emotions in and feel them. If you don't, they'll only come back to bite you later. So we need to sort of ride that wave. And like I said, with emotions being visitors, you let them in and you entertain them. But at some point, you don't want them to be residents in your home. You want to sort of get rid of them. So this is where John Maxwell's theory comes in with the 24-hour rule. If you're still indulging in negative emotions after 24 hours, that's your kind of light bulb moment to have a little bit of a shift. It's like, okay, I have a bit more control here than I think. I realize these emotions are getting on top of me. I'm feeling down for too long, or I'm feeling upset for too long, or I'm feeling defeated for too long, or I'm avoiding things for too long. Some of you will procrastinate no end to avoid things that you know you need to do in your business. You'll go and do the washing or the cooking or the cleaning or something else. You'll keep yourself busy doing many, many different things, knowing what you need to do in your business, but you're avoiding what you need to do. That's all emotions. So we have to get those emotions in check. So number one, treat your emotions like visitors, entertain them, let them be there for a while, indulge in them, feel the feels. But then, after 24 hours, we kind of want to regroup and move on. Okay. We don't want to sit in the negativity of our emotions because they will take you out of the game. Particularly in business, in the industry that I'm in, that I talk about here. If you're feeling defeated, you're feeling like you're not good enough, you're feeling like you can't create enough content, you don't get the engagement, you don't get the leads. If you sit in that emotion of thinking all those things all the time, it'll take you out of the game. So we've got to snap out of that. Okay. So then it's the how. Okay. So that's number one. Treat your emotions like visitors, entertain them for a bit, but after 24 hours, you don't want them to take residence. Okay. We're saying goodbye. We're moving on. So number two, what do we do then? So when we're moving on, then the next thing that I always do is say to myself, what do I need to learn from this right now? So whatever's going on, the reason why I do that and why it works so well is you get out of the emotion and you move into evaluation. So we know that we don't want to hold on to those emotions for too long because they're just, feeling sorry for yourself and feeling all negative. I mean, what does that do for anybody? It's not a productive thing to do. So we need to get ourselves out of the emotion and into evaluation. So asking a question like, what do I need to learn from this? So you move into the evaluation piece rather than what you're feeling. You're actually asking, what do I need to learn from this? So let's say it is business. What do I need to learn from this? Maybe you're not getting much engagement or leads or whatever. Like, what do I need to learn from that? I'm not where I'm at, where I want in my business. And then you get into evaluation. Am I really creating enough content? Am I really speaking loudly enough about what I even offer? Do people even know what I offer? Am I following up, like legitimately following up with leads that I do have? Am I consistent enough with showing up online or, however, like you move into that evaluation piece and you start asking better quality questions. Does that make sense? Just drop a number one down below if I'm making sense, but we want to move into that evaluation piece. And part of that is what can you control and what you can't, and just being really realistic about that. So me for now, right now, I can't control physically how I'm reacting to the chemo, and different things going on, and the side effects and the puffiness. Like, I can't control how I'm going to look and things like that. Like, I have to let that go, and I just have to ride that wave and go, well, it's only, hopefully a few months of chemo. I'll get through it and then I'll get back on track. I've been told I'm going to put on weight, I'm going to blow up, I'm going to get moon face, and the insomnia is already there. Like, all those physical things, I can't control that, but I can't. So therefore, I'm not going to indulge in it. It's like, so what can I learn from this? How can I help myself? And I can move into the evaluation piece and just be really realistic. Like, on those days that I'm not physically feeling well, right, you're going to cancel your live today, or, whatever it is. Like, you move into better decision making when you really start to think, what can I control and what can I not control? So can I control crying and feeling sorry for myself and all of those kind of stuff? Yes, that's all emotion. Okay, do you see what I mean? Where you shift out of the woe is me with whatever it is, finances, money, business, relationships, whatever it is, health, and start moving into that evaluation piece. What do I need to learn from this? And start really thinking, okay, let's evaluate this properly. What can I learn from this? Am I actually doing enough in my business? Or, how do I handle this best? Because I'm letting myself be too sad, or, whatever it is. Just, what do I need to learn from this, and what can I control and what can I can't? And just getting a really good perspective on what you can control and what you can't. And there are certain things you can't control. You can't control other people and what they do. You can't control other people's reactions. You can't control what people tell you, what they project on you. You can't control those things, but you can control how you react. You can control how you show up every day. You can show up on what energy you put into your day. Like, I could have easily stayed in bed this morning after, chemo yesterday. I didn't have a good night. I woke up at 3:00 in the morning crying, to be honest. Like, but I've got myself up and I've showered and I'm here live with you because I want to. I'm not forcing myself. Don't get the wrong impression. I want to be here. I want to share these messages. There might be something in my journey that I can help other people navigate their emotions so they can have better outcomes. Does that make sense? Like, everything is a choice. So I choose to be more in control than losing control. There are certain things that I can't control in this process. And that might get worse over the next 3 months of chemo. I don't know, but I can control what I can control. And that's my emotions and how I show up every day and my energy every day, and, how I look after myself and all of that. Okay. So I hope that's all making sense. So number 2 is moving out of the emotion and into that evaluation piece. What can I learn from this? What can I control and can't I control? And just really sitting in that and asking those questions and getting some good quality answers. You ask better quality questions of yourself and you'll get better quality answers. Okay. Now, the third piece in this, so it's just 3 simple things. As I said, write them down and remember them. This has served me well for years. This is not new. It's not something I've just implemented because of my health situation now. This is something I've done for years and it always serves me well. So number 3 is, the next question is, what solutions do I need to implement to move me forward? So what solutions do I need to implement to move me forward? So number 2 is that evaluation piece of, what can I learn from this? You're evaluating that piece of it, but then we want to move into, what do we actually do? The only thing that implements change, gets rid of procrastination, moves you forward in a positive way, is action. But it's not thinking about action. It's not knowing what you need to do. It's actually the action now. What are the solutions now? What can I do now? So, I've had choices this morning. I could have easily stayed in bed, cancelled this live, not feeling well from the chemo, etc., etc. But my choice is, no, I want to get up. I want to do the live. I want to feel normal. I want to put clothes on, like it, and I feel better for it. Does that make sense? So there are little tiny things that you can do every single day. And this is business, it's finances, it's relationships, it's everything. So the third one is actually working out what can you do, the actions, but now. Because procrastination and overwhelm comes from overthinking. You overthink the things that aren't working. You overthink the things that, aren't working well, and you sit in those emotions. Like, that doesn't serve anybody. It's not a good place to sit. But when you can sit in, okay, I could do one piece of content today, or I could reach out to 3 leads today, or I could proactively do ICQ, intention, complement, question, which is how we network with people online in a human way, be a human before a market, my whole motto on social media. So there's little things that you can do. So the third thing is, what little things can I do to move myself forward in the situation that you're dealing with, whether it's business or finances or relationships or whatever. And if you need to, and I'm doing this a lot at the moment, use AI to bounce off. So last night I was in AI, and I'm saying, this is how I'm physically feeling at the moment. Should I do this or should I do this? Like, how can I physically make myself feel better, and blah, blah, blah. And what should I do tomorrow? I want to make sure I don't overdo it, and blah, blah, blah. So I was in AI, and AI knows, my medical diagnosis and the treatments that I'm on at the moment. And it's giving me ideas and solutions to implement to help me navigate this journey that I'm currently on. And it does that with me and with business as well. And I will say, and I want to talk about this on my live, not tomorrow, but the next day. But I surprised myself in May in my results in my business, and I did much better than I thought. I completely surpassed my expectations. And, almost 3 weeks out of the 4 in May, I was out of action in my business. And yet I still did really well. And I want to tell you what I did and how I did and what I did and all of that kind in my next live in a couple of days' time. But that's all a choice on my behalf. I could easily say, let business go right now. Health is your priority. And that's absolutely my priority is my health. But my business is still important to me. And while I'm able to do certain things, it's like, okay, what are the small things that I can do to move my business forward? And they worked. And they worked incredibly well for me in May. So this is how you keep moving, and you keep navigating the hard things in life. So just let me recap these 3 things, and please write them down, because I can't express to you how much these 3 things help me in all areas of my life. So 1 is remembering, treat your emotions like visitors. Entertain them for a little bit, but don't let them stay. They're not residents. That you 24 hours, you are reevaluating and you're moving on. Okay. So the 24-hour rule. So emotions are visitors, 24-hour rule. That's number 1. Number 2 is asking yourself, what do I need to learn from this? So you get out of the emotion and into valuation. And you're also asking in number 2, what can I control and what can't I control? And just get really clear on the steps that you can actually make forward if you just push yourself a little bit, or have a little bit more courage, or a little bit more determination, or a little bit more positivity. Like, there are things that you can do that you can control, that when you're stuck in your emotions, you're just not even capable of thinking of those things. So number 2 is getting into that evaluation piece. And the third one is sitting in that question, what solutions can I implement now, today? So again, business related, I'm going to create a piece of content today. I'm going to do some stories today. I'm going to follow up with some people today. I'm going to do it today. Today, action today is the only thing that moves you forward in whatever it is that you're struggling with. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not overthinking, not overcomplicating, not sitting in overwhelm, because that's all just what's going on up here, but you're not taking any action. You're just stuck up here. And that's when you're letting those emotions become residents in your home. And we don't want that. Okay. So it's not complicated, those 3 things. Do you agree? Is that helpful? Me sharing that with you, those just 3 simple things. And this is how I navigate kind of my world at the moment and what I'm going through. But it just helps me keep on top of things and in a positive direction. And it's keeping my business going in a better direction than I even thought it would be capable at the moment. Like, it just, those simple 3 things, that process really helps me, navigate particularly what I'm going through at the moment. And yeah, I would rather be sitting in Hawaii right now, which is where I'm meant to be. Instead, it's raining outside. It's cold. I've just gone through chemo again yesterday. Like, this is not where I want to be, but it is what is. And it's not forever. And I will get through this stronger than I've ever been before. And I'm kind of taking you guys on the ride. I'm not going to indulge too much in how I go over the next few months. And there may be times I just physically can't turn up live. But while I can, I'm going to. I just feel compelled to for some reason. Anyway, that's enough from me. I really hopeful, and thank you for your comments saying that this is helpful. I really do hope you get something from this video. What I'm going to do, not tomorrow, but the next day, which is when I normally go live, as long as I'm physically okay, is just talk about what I have done with business since I got out of hospital and how I turned my May results around and did a lot better because I haven't gone full on back in business at all. There's just a few things that I did that I know kind of worked, that got me the leads, that got me the sales. And I want to share that with you as well, because that might help you. Okay. So all going well. I will see you again live at the same time, not tomorrow, but the next day. So I'll catch you then. Have a great day. Bye.